In the last video, I spoke about cutting out the noise with all the information that surrounds us. And it's a good segue into this tip, which is to get enough sleep. It's so important to get sleep as it's a natural way of reducing our stress. However, if we don't get enough sleep, what can happen is we can become very irritable and depressed. And when we're one or both of those things, we are stressed. And this can have a detrimental effect on your personal and your work life, in terms of, for example, in work, not being able to concentrate properly, which can then lead to you missing deadlines and losing productivity, and not being able to focus on the tasks that you have at hand for that day, which again can have a compounding effect and increase your stress levels. So you can end up on quite a cycle. Equally, getting too much sleep. You don't have too long of a lay-in either, okay? Because that can end up making you feel very sluggish and tired. I mean, how many times have you got up after having a long lay-in and felt like, oh man, I just want to get back to bed again? And that's because you've overslept. So it's important to get a sufficient amount of sleep and incorporate that into your routine. The sort of recommended sleeping time is around 8 hours. I find I function very well between 7 and 8 hours personally, but find the routine that suits you and allows you to feel completely alert during the day and productive. You can also help with that relaxation into sleep by maybe having a warm bath before going to bed, maybe an hour before going to bed, for example. And you could even build upon that by using some natural scents, like lavender, for example, or vanilla scents, which help to relax you and get you into that mode to sleep. It should also be noted that you shouldn't eat a meal really not too much more than 3 hours before you sleep, just to allow your body time to digest and relax. Because if you eat too close to going to bed, you can end up with indigestion, or heartburn and acid reflux, which can be very uncomfortable and disturb your sleep. You can also have some foods which can help to help you to relax into your sleep, maybe an hour or so before you go to bed, like a banana or even a turkey sandwich. And these contain chemicals which help you produce melatonin, which is a hormone that helps us to get to sleep. So those are some methods to enable you to do that, which will then just help you in being alert, etc. Another tip as well is not to exercise close before going to bed. Try not to do any exercise sort of 2 or 3 hours before going to bed, because as I mentioned in the previous video, exercise produces endorphins, which are great. They're feel-good chemicals, but they also give us a lot of energy. So I've done it myself in the past. I've had a workout and not long after gone to bed, and I felt like the Duracell bunny laying there, because you've just got all that energy going through your body. So you just need to give your body time to relax and get into that sleep pattern. And remember that adequate sleep is helping you to function better during the day, and it will reduce your stress and help to avoid some of the problems that come with lacking sleep. Not only the irritability and the depression, but also the effects it has, as I mentioned earlier, in terms of your loss of productivity, which just only serves to compound that those feelings of stress, and could possibly lead to consequences in terms of your work life and your homework, your work life balance as well. So sleep is important. Make sure that you get into a regular routine, and if you practice some of these tips to enable you to sleep, but you could use some natural teas as well. I personally use chamomile, which helps me with my sleep as well. And you can do a bit of research into many different methods. However, a good warm bath with natural oils, essential oils, foods which help to produce melatonin. So just have a look up as to some food groups. I gave you a couple in the video, and just not exercising very close to going to sleep, and ensuring that you're in a relaxed mode before you get to bed, and make sure you're not looking at your mobile either. Okay, just put it down an hour before you go to bed, and just make sure your mind is clear and your body is relaxed, and you'll find that will help you with your stress.